Are congratulations in order? What did the primaries yesterday mean for Democrats going into November?
Well, Shery, good to be with you today. Look, last night we were really excited and encouraged by the turnout results, not just in California, but in New Mexico, in New Jersey, in Iowa, in all 8 states where we had primaries across America. But especially as you look to turnout in Iowa, we saw turnout levels higher than what we've seen in recent memory in that incredible state for Democratic primaries. So that's encouraging for us as we go into the general. In New Mexico, Xochitl Small ran an incredible campaign in the Southern Congressional District, and especially with the California primaries. Look, we knew that these were always going to be tough, and each and every one of them had its unique challenges. But with where we are today, based on reporting, Democrats did not get boxed out of any of the top 2 races as we look towards November. And so that puts us in a strong place to be able to win back the majority in the U.S. House of Representatives.
Some people are saying that the blue wave might be dwindling. From what you saw yesterday when it comes to turnout, can that be sustained until November?
Well, I never said that this would be easy, and we're going to have to fight for every inch. But the reason that we identified 104 districts across America was because we knew we had to have a strong and robust battlefield to be able to pick up the 23 seats needed to win back the majority in the U.S. House. I'm encouraged by the grassroots that we've seen across America. Groups like Indivisible, Swing Left, the strength that we've seen coming out of the Women's March, out of the March on Science, the incredible clarity that the students from Parkland are speaking about gun violence. We're seeing momentum all across America and conversations changing, and especially women candidates last night running as Democrats did very well across the country. So I'm encouraged as we head to November, but we need everybody to do their part if we're going to be able to get this done.
So, Congressman, for the Democrats to take back the House, does this election need to be about Donald Trump as president? And if so, does that mean he might be slipping away from you? Because the generic numbers are going the wrong way for you, and his poll numbers, while still modest, are up from where they were.
Look, when it comes to the generic, I never sweat any one poll. As you look at the trends, Democrats have consistently had advantages along the way. And the individual polling that we have district to district shows the strength of our candidates. And look, there's nothing generic about our candidates. There are so many incredible candidates who have served our country, veterans, CIA operatives, small business owners, educators, local leaders in every right that are connecting with voters across America. But look, when you look at the strength of what we can get done going into this election cycle, I think that we're in a strong place. And look, our candidates, they're not going to talk about President Trump so much. I think the American people are tired about talking about him. And look, let's be honest, no one's going to talk about President Trump more than he will. While our Republican colleagues are having to explain for every investigation or scandal or ugly tweet that he is sending out on a daily basis, Democrats are talking about the strong economic realities that families have to look towards. Look, families across the country know that wages and salaries are not keeping up with the costs that are hitting them every day. And Republicans, under the auspice of repeal and replace with the Affordable Care Act and the tax package, actually hurt hardworking families more than they ever promised to help them. And so as long as we continue to connect with the American people around strong economic conversations, and we don't have to talk about the president much, I think we are in a strong place going into November.
So, Congressman, you need people to come out to the polls and vote Democrat on November. You also need people to show up in the meantime with their pocketbooks. Where are you on money and fundraising compared to the Republicans?
So with what we can control, as the chairman of the National or the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, we've been able to outraise the National Republican Campaign Committee along the way. But a big part of that is coming from grassroots supporters. About 60% of what we're raising now comes from an average contribution of $18 from grassroots donors across America. Now, when you look at outside super PAC spending, we know that we will not be able to keep up with Republicans. By my count, about $950 million has already been committed by Republican super PACs and dark money groups towards House races. So we have our work cut out for us. It's going to be one of the challenges that we face. But with the grassroots energy and the turnout that we're seeing across the country, we're on solid footing. So again, as I've always said, if we all do our part, Democrats can win back the majority in the U.S. House of Representatives, earn back the trust of the American people, and restore checks and balances.